Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy Franklin, and today I'm here to show you the finals. It's a best of 3. Winner to reach 2 wins wins it all. So here I am versus Amir. Amir is actually a really good battler or player, whatever y'all want to call him. I know I've seen him on Smogon forums. I know I've seen him in actual tournaments. So he's actually pretty good. He has a lot of experience. So coming into this matchup, I believe the last time that we faced each other was like about almost 2 years ago in a Sword and Shield OU tournament hosted by in the same Pokemon Central group. So yeah, I lost that one 2-1, I believe. So now I'm here for the revenge match 2 years later, trying to see if I can beat him, for the first time. So obviously I'm a little nervous since it's the finals, but here we are. So today I got you guys some heat, man. We're having some motherfucking heat on this team. So we have Specs Latios. I got Rotom. This actually has 4 choice item Pokemon. So we have Specs Latios. We have Specs Rotom. I have your defensive Scizor. We got Life Orb Mamoswine, Choice Scarf Heatran, and Choice Scarf Garchomp. So I have 4 choice item Pokemon. So we're about to see the heat that's about to happen in this game. So looking at his team, I think he used a similar team in his previous rounds, so wasn't expecting him to bring this, but regardless, he does have some pretty fat on his team, like Snorlax, Tangrowth, which is pretty good because these Tangrowth's more physically defensive, and Snorlax is more specially defensive. Then you got some more fat in here in the middle, so let's get right into it. So I lead off with the Rotom because Rotom again is a very good lead, and turn 1 choice Specs Heatran dies, so that's pretty funny right there. So we got a pretty good advantage right there. Heatran gone means Mamoswine can do whatever it wants. So he does a double, and obviously Gliscor knocks me off with the Scizor. I go for the U-turn here, and look at this. This Rotom's about to be a demon. So he probably expected me to go for the Hydro Pump, but luckily for me, I go for the Volt Switch, predicting him to switch. And now I go into my Mamoswine here, and now it's my opportunity to get up these damn rocks. So we get the rocks up here. I go into my Heatran. He goes for a Bullet Punch here. Probably was expecting to stay in. Now I go for a Flamethrower here, but he doesn't know that I am Choice Scarf in this game. So I don't think he'll ever find out that I am indeed Choice Scarf. Goes for a Roost here, and now I get this opportunity to just go for a Hydro Pump on this Tangrowth here. And that does 42%, which is a lot. He probably expected me to switch out, but I'm like, nope, we're gonna risk that and go for another Hydro Pump on the Scizor here. And I go for another Hydro Pump, and just Rotom is just destroying his team completely. So now he goes to the Latias, and I take the opportunity to go into my Scizor here. And he obviously is a Calm Mind variant of Latias, which means he's not Scarf. I go back, U-turn, and I go into my Mamoswine, and Mamoswine looks really good against his team. So he goes for an Earthquake here because he has more of a speedy Gliscor, and I just go Ice Crash and just knock this boy out. And I am indeed Life Orb, that's when he finds out. I go for an Ice Shard here, that does 59, holy crap. He goes for Stored Power, obviously does nothing because he has no stat boost. And now I take the opportunity here to go for an Ice Shard, and little do I know that this Tangrowth was indeed Yachi Berry, which is why I didn't see any leftovers. So I go for, the play here, go for the Icicle Crash, and his Snorlax obviously eats up the berry. And usually if they're Figgy Berry, they probably have Recycle. So Mamoswine does as much as it can, and he recycles the berry. And now the Snorlax is almost at half, but luckily the Garchomp is here to sweep the rest of his team because Garchomp is Garchomp. So I go 35% on this as he switches into his Latias, and I really don't care because Outrage is still going to knock this boy out. As he probably didn't know that I was Scarf there. I go for Outrage and just knock out the Snorlax, and that's it. Game 1. It was a pretty offensive overload. Looking at Rotom had a really good matchup outside of the Tangrowth, and Rotom just was able to knock out Scizor and Heatran. Those were pretty big because that opened up the pathway for Garchomp just to sweep the rest of his team. I didn't even bring up my Latias in this game. As a matter of fact, 3 out of the half of my team was at full health, so pretty cool. We just kept up a lot of offensive momentum on him, and making the right plays, and having to predict against him definitely helped out. So there's game 1 of the finals. So now I need to win the next game in order to win it all. So here's game 2. So game 2, I bring the same team because why not? I have 4 choice item Pokemon. You know, if it worked the first game, why would I want to switch it? And now this time he's bringing up a more offensive team than his previous team. He just went up against me. So obviously Starmie is very offensive, Garchomp offensive, Dragonite offensive, Breloom is Breloom, Scizor offensive or defensive depending on what set it is, and then we have Gengar who obviously is offensive. So, and I'm using the same team like I said, so let's get right into it. So I'll lead off with Rotom because Rotom is always a good, very, very good lead. So I switch out because I didn't want to, like, you know, Volt Switch and just take unnecessary damage. So he goes for the Rock Star on the Garchomp, and I defog him away with my Scizor. And this time I'm just gonna U-turn, and I won't be able to take the opportunity to just get rid of them. So I correct him. Whoa, I gotta slow down a little bit. So in this matchup here, obviously he goes for the rocks, I go for the U-turn, and I go for the Mamoswine here because Mamoswine does have Ice Shard, and he probably expected me to go for the Ice Shard, but little does he know I have an Earthquake, and it blows up the Starmie, which is phenomenal because now nothing on his team that's not Scarf is faster than a lot of the threats that I have. So I go for the Heatran here on the Scizor. Hopefully you get the burn. Does not. It's a Flame Body. So now I go for a Flash, kind of expecting him to not Earthquake, which is definitely helpful. So now he's locked in, and we're able to knock out a Garchomp. So in less than 8 turns, we're able to knock out 2 of his Pokemon. He goes to Scizor here, goes for the U-turn, and I'm starting to notice that his Scizor's Life Orb, so it probably might have Roost, but it doesn't really matter in this point in time. So I go into the Rotom Wash here as I go for the Volt Switch on the Breloom just to break its Sash, because I'm pretty sure they usually have a Sash on this kind of Pokemon. He goes for a Bullet Seed here. I'm surprised he didn't go for Spore, because I think Spore would have helped him out, but regardless, he goes for a Mach Punch, doesn't kill me. And Latios, being Latios, just able to blow this thing up right here. So now he goes into Scizor here, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to stay in. I don't really need Latios anymore. Could have kept it, but no real need for that. So I go into my Heatran, and he goes for the Dragonite here. I go for a Flamethrower and break his Multiscale. I go for the Rotom Wash, and I obviously notice he doesn't have leftovers. He goes for Earthquake, and I predict that. I go for the Volt Switch, does 49 to this Dragonite, which is amazeballs. I go for the Heatran. He goes for the Outrage. He actually gets burnt, but it turns out he was carrying a Lumberry, which is fine with me because my Rotom should be able to outspeed this because I am max speed Rotom. So I go for the Volt Switch here, and we're able to destroy the Garchomp, and victory is near because now this Garchomp is about to destroy the rest of his team because he probably didn't know that I was Scarf. So now I go for the Earthquake here, which is phenomenal because of the accumulated damage from Life Orb and Rough Skin. And now you see there the Garchomp destroys the Gengar because it was not Scarf. And that's GG to my opponent. We have won it, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I did it. We have won the Pokemon Central BDSP OU tournament on Showdown. So shoutouts to my opponents, and actually I think this is the first tournament where I swept all my opponents without having a defeat, because it was 1-0, 1-0, 2-0, 2-0. So I went 8-0 in this tournament. So I'm kind of glad after all that raging on Pokemon Showdown, we're finally able to get the victory, and especially against a very formidable opponent. Even though the results might seem otherwise, he still is a very good player. So respect to Amir for the matches. Thank you guys for watching the series. I hope to see you guys in the next giveaway. Give this video 1,000,000 likes, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next Pokemon battles. It's your boy Franklin signing out. Peace.